Our third speaker is Anthony McHenry, the Chief Executive Officer of Milwaukee Academy of Science. MAS provides some of the region's top STEM offerings to more than 1,400 scholars from kindergarten through 12th grade. Anthony has led the school since 2016, growing enrollment, creating new partnerships, and improving academic outcomes and student and teacher retention. Prior to MAS, Anthony served as Executive Director of the Silver Spring Neighborhood Center for nearly 20 years. Please welcome Anthony McHenry.
This might be the easy part of the day for Rob, but following Rob is going to easily be the most challenging part of my day. Again, my name is Anthony McHenry, and I am the proud CEO of Milwaukee Academy of Science, better known as MAS. And we are a public charter school, and I want to emphasize the word public. For anyone interested in coming to Milwaukee Academy of Science, you go to our website, you fill out an application. If there's a seat, you are in. We don't even know about your attendance. We don't know about your behaviors. We don't know about what happened at your previous school. We don't even want to know that information because we want to be a school that can serve all kids, and that's very important to us. As Kate said, we currently have over 1,400 scholars. 96% of those kids are economically disadvantaged. Think household of less than $25,000, 96% of our babies. We're 99% African American, and we provide school bus transportation for about 1,100 of our scholars coming from 25 different zip codes. So I was asked to talk about what does success look like for Milwaukee Academy of Science. And like an educator, I started thinking about all these data points. But I like to share an experience that I had that really drove home what we're like, who we are, and what we're doing at Milwaukee Academy of Science. Every Wednesday, we provide tours for those who are interested in seeing our work and our effort. And on this particular Wednesday, myself and Tresca Molling, our then Director of Development, we were bringing a group through, and we walked into one of our advanced science classes. And the instructor asked a very difficult question, one that I was clueless about the answer, and 3 kids raised their hands. One of those kids went on, David went on to Northwestern University and is now graduated. He went on a full academic scholarship. The other kid was a kid by the name of Yelvetta, who had been in foster care since 5th grade. She is now a junior at UW Whitewater. And the third kid was a kid who came to us in the middle of 9th grade. He was homeless at the time. A homeless student of ours introduced him to me one day after school and said he should come to our school. And I said, what is his name? And he said, Sav. I said, what does Sav mean? He said, savage. I said, okay. And we let the kid in, and he graduated and spent the entire time homeless and is now gainfully employed in the city of Milwaukee. That's Milwaukee Academy of Science in a nutshell, serving whatever kids come through our door despite life circumstances. So, a little bit of information about our school. We brag about our 100% graduation rate of our seniors. What that really means is that if you made it to senior year, you graduated that following June. We're proud of that, but the data point that I'm most proud of is the 94% cohort graduation rate. And what that means is for those individuals who come to our school as 9th graders, 94% of them graduate within 4 years. That is what I'm most proud of, is being able to help kids who otherwise may not graduate, evidenced by the fact that only 54% of African American students that are economically disadvantaged citywide are graduating in 4 years. We're doing it at a 94% clip. So, when we're having success, what does that look like? What's working? I think it all begins and ends for us with the fact that we're a K-4 through 12th grade school. The ability to develop healthy, strong relationships over a 14-year period is critical. If 96% of our families are living in poverty, you can probably guess that most of those parents had educational experiences that were not favorable. But we have enough time to repair those relationships and help them build a trusting relationship with our parents that's so important for maintaining our students year after year after year. We've doubled down on our transportation. We're now spending $1.7 million to ensure that as our families move, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times in a given year, trying to avoid evictions, if they land in the city of Milwaukee, we can make sure that those babies get to school. The other thing I'd like to highlight is what we call the MAS way. And there's a number of things, actually 7 things that goes into that. But I'll talk about 2 of them. One is the idea that the burden of education is on the adult, not the student. Most of us, if not all of us, went to schools where the teacher gave out some information and the student had the responsibility of giving that information back. And if they did, they got an A. If they didn't, they got an F. Well, at MAS, we believe that the burden is on the adult. It's my responsibility to make sure the child is learning. And if they don't, we have to support that teacher, help that teacher, and hold that teacher accountable for that. The other thing that's really important for us, I can tell you all of these schools sitting at this table, we're data-driven schools. We're looking at all this data and trying to make decisions. The most important data for MAS is the one. Every single kid is the most important kid. And we want to make decisions to support that kid. And that can look like ensuring that David Washington, who has gone through all of our dual credit courses, that we're going to pay for him and him alone to go to Marquette to take 2 courses. And that's going to cost us about $8,000 to do it, but that's what David needs to reach his goals. And that's also supporting a foster care kid who has moved from so many foster homes that now they live outside the city beyond where our buses go. But we're going to send a van to go pick that child up every day, even though we're already spending $1.7 million on transportation. The one, every kid is the most important kid. All right, so what will success look like? Well, to me, it's being able to respond to the needs of our community. And what is the community saying? 6 years ago, we were serving under 1,000 kids. We had 213 applications come in, and we had 0 kids on a wait list. 4 years ago, we had about 450 applications, and we had 13 kids on a wait list. And today, we had over 2,000 applications. We have 1,600 kids that sat on a wait list. So success for us in the future is either developing a second campus so we can serve more kids in the city of Milwaukee, and or working with school leaders, policymakers to ensure, City Forward Collective and others, to ensure that there are more schools so that kids living on the north side of Milwaukee have greater options than the ones that are available to them now. What does success look like for us in the future? It's continuing to work with organizations like Northwestern Mutual to develop next generation of computer scientists. By the way, David has graduated from Rice University, is now working at Google as a computer scientist. Working with companies like Milwaukee Tool, who has helped develop a STEM lab and a construction program that is allowing us to help our kids prepare for construction and other trades. And also working with companies like Gilbane, who's done a little bit of everything for us, including answering my call on December 26th at 8:30 in the morning, and then responding when I said, our building had a flood over the Christmas break, and Alicia Dupies, who I believe is here today, and Vincent Sinise, who may be here today, responded, mobilized about 120 individuals to come work in our building to repair our building, and also moved our entire high school over to the south side. Those type of partnerships is what success looks like, and I am hoping to partner with many of you to help us create really unique workforce development opportunities for our young people that will reduce the time between high school graduation and their careers. Thank you, and have a great rest of the day.